Let's talk about the Buddha's doctrine. So, path taught by Buddha is often refers to the middle path and the one between extreme indulgence and extreme asceticism. It should be noted that the right here signifies a proper, whole, through, integral, complete, and perfect. It does not necessarily mean right as opposed to wrong. For instance, the opposite of right awareness is not necessarily the wrong awareness. It may simply be incomplete. The Buddha had emphasized that if a person follows the Eightfold Path, that then he will reach his destination of attaining Nibbana or Nirvana without machinations of the priest. Nibbana, Nirvana is the ultimate goal of the Buddha's teaching. The Pali word Nibbana is form of Ni Vana. Ni is negative particle and Vana means the lusting or craving. सो बुद्धा का राइट अवेयरनेस का मतलब ये नहीं है कि रॉन्ग अवेयरनेस है जाना है. मे बी आपकी जो अवेयरनेस है दैट माइट बी इनकम्प्लीट. निवाना जो वर्ड आया है वो निवाना से आया. नी मतलब नेगेटिव पार्टिकल एंड वाना मीन्स लस्टिंग और क्रेविंग. इट इज़ कॉल्ड निबाना. इट्स अ डिपार्चर फ्रॉम द क्रेविंग और लस्टिंग. सो इट इज़ व्हाट इज निबाना? इट इज़ द act. It is a departure from the craving or lusting. Literally, nibbana means non-attachment. It does not mean physically death, or rather it signifies dying out, extinction of desire, attachment, greed, ignorance, hatred, and even the sense of ego. Nibbana for the Buddhist is neither a mere nothingness nor a state of annihilation, but what it is no words can adequately express. So कोई भी वर्ड निबाना को प्रॉपरली एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर सकता. इज नाइदर मीन नथिंगनेस और नॉट अ स्टेट ऑफ एनालिएशन. तो निबाना इज अ धम्मा विच इज अनबॉर्न और originated, uncreated, unformed, and is eternal, dhruva, desirable, subha, and happy, sukha. In Nibbana, nothing is eternalized, nor is anything annihilated besides sufferings. Nibbana is not situated in any place, nor it is a sort of heaven where a transcendental ego resides. It is a super mundane state and an attainment dhamma which is within in the reach of all of us even in the present life. Buddhism does not स्टेट दैट द अल्टीमेट गोल कैन बी रीच ओनली ऑफ द लाइफ बियॉन्ड. जैसे ज़्यादातर जो धर्म होते हैं वो बोलते हैं कि जो आपको निर्वाणा मिलेगा, इनलाइटनमेंट मिलेगा, वो आपको डेथ के बाद मिलेगा. लेकिन बुद्धिज्म में क्या है, आपको while you are living you can attain the nirvana or nibbana. And the life that lies a chief difference between the Buddhist conception of nirvana and the non-Buddhist conception of the eternal heaven, attainment only life after that with the body remaining. It is called Shopadesha Nibbana Dhatu. Sopadesha Nibbana Dhatu. So when Nibbana is realized in this life with the body remaining, तो जब आप इसी लाइफ में निबाना रियलाइज कर लेते हो, इसको बोलते हैं शोपा दिशेषा निबाना धातु. इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ शोपा सिदेशा निबाना धातु. When the arhat contain the parinibbana, complete or final dying out, only used for the death enlightened beings such as Buddha, after the dissolution of his body, without any remainder of the physical existence, it is called Padishesha Nibbana Dhatu. So after the dissolution of body without any attainment of the physical existence, it is called Padishesha Nibbana Dhatu. Now it should be noted that Buddhism accepts the transmigration and impermanence but rejects the idea of God and soul. तो ये बात करते हैं ट्रांसमाइग्रेशन की, इम्परमानेंस की, लेकिन ये गॉड एंड सोल को नहीं मानते. अकॉर्डिंग टू बुद्धा द सोल इज अ मिथ. तो बुद्धा के अकॉर्डिंग सोल एक मिथ है. In one can born as any one of them. So in Buddhist universe there are many realms, worlds, and many different kinds of beings, and one can born as any of them. Traditionally, Buddhism teaches the existence of the 10 realms of being. At the top is Buddha, and the scale that descendants as follows. तो इसमें बुद्धिज्म में 10 realms होते हैं. एक होता है बुद्धा, ठीक है, तो उनके डिसेंडेंट्स होते हैं. टॉप में बुद्धा, उनके डिसेंडेंट्स है बोधिसत्वास होते हैं. द बुद्धा, ठीक है, जिन जो इनलाइटन बीइंग डेस्टिन्ड टू बी बुद्धा, वो बुद्धा बन सकते हैं लेकिन अभी अर्थ पे हैं बिकॉज ऑफ टीचिंग अदर्स. फिर प्रत्येका बुद्धा ऑन देयर ओन. तो व्हाट इज प्रत्येका बुद्धा ऑन देयर ओन. सर्वका डिसाइपल ऑफ द बुद्धा, डायरेक्ट डिसाइपल ऑफ द को बोलते हैं सर्वका. हेवनली बीइंग्स, सुपर ह्यूमन एंजल्स, ह्यूमन बीइंग्स एंड असुरा, फाइटिंग स्पिरिट्स, बीस्ट, प्रेता होता है हंग्री घोस्ट. फिर डिप्राइव्ड bandits, hellish being. There are 10 realms of the mutually immanent and mutually inclusive, each one of having in the remaining 9 realms. The 10 realms are mutually immanent and mutually inclusive, and each one in it the remaining 9 realms. For example, the realm of human being has all the other 9 states, from hell to Buddhahood. Man is at the same time capable of real selfishness, creating his own hell, or truly compassionate, reflecting the compassion of the Buddha. Buddhism states that the man is characteristically placed at the midpoint of the 10 stages. And he can either lower himself abruptly or gradually into the hell or rise to an enlightened state of Buddha through discipline, cultivation, and the awakening of the faith. The connection between the different lives is established by the karma. As opposed to the ritual action of the Brahminical tradition, karma is a Buddhist tradition, is a result of the action depending on the intention, more on the action itself. So, karma in the Buddhist tradition is a result of the action depending on the intention more than the action itself. Buddhism entails the feeling of the guilt and puts great emphasis on mind. Buddha stated that it is a mental anguish such as remorse, anxiety, guilt, etc., which to be avoided in order to cultivate a calm and peaceful mind. Rebirth is governed by the cumulative, the result of the karma of the particular life. It is rather interesting to note that even though Buddhism emphasizes on the non-violence and ahimsa, does not necessarily entail vegetarianism. Monks were not forbidden from eating meat. तो ऑल्दो नॉन वायलेंस की बात करता है इसमें, लेकिन ये वेजिटेरियनिज्म को प्रमोट नहीं करता है. तो जो बुद्धिस्ट मॉन्क थे दे कुड ईट मीट. अदर इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ द बुद्धिज्म इंक्लूड द 5 एग्रीगेट्स, पंचखंड और पंचसंखा, and the law of dependent organization, Patishucha Samupada, and we can analyze all the personal experience in the terms of 5 aggregates means skandhas. The Rupa, form, body, physical existence, the aggregate of the form, which include 5 physical sense of organs and corresponding physical objects of the sense organs. These are the eyes and the visible objects, and the ears and the sound, and the nose and the smell, and the tongue and the taste, and the skin and the tangible objects. So this is Rupa. So we can analyze our food experience by Rupa means physical existence, Vedana, sensation, the aggregate of the feelings arising out of the conflict with the object of the sense in 3 different kinds, pleasant, unpleasant, and different. When an object is experienced, the experience takes as one of these emotional tones, the tone of pleasure, tone of displeasure, tone of indifference. Sanna, perception. The aggregate of the perception turns a indefinite experience into identified and recognized experience. The sankharas, mental formation and violation, and volition. The aggregate may describe as a conditioned response to the object of experience in the sense it partakes of the meaning of habit as well. However, it is only has a static value but also has a dynamic value. Viranna, cognition and the conscious awareness. The aggregate of the consciousness is an indispensable element of the production of the experience, and only co-presence of the consciousness together with the sense organ and the object of the sense organ can produce experience. For instance, a man decide to go for a wild safari and they explore the forest, and his eyes come in contact with the visible object. As his attention focuses on the visible object, his consciousness becomes aware of the visible object, yet it is indeterminate. His aggregate of the perception will identify the visible object, and let us say a tiger. Once that happens, he will respond to the visible object with aggregate of the feeling of the displeasure, or more specifically that of a fear. Finally, he will react to the visible object with an aggregate of the mental formation or volition, and with the intention of action of the perhaps running away or perhaps picking up the stone. Similarly, in all of the daily life, we see how all the 5 aggregates put together and produce a personal experience. It should be noted that both Rupa, physical factor, and the Nama, mental factor, Vedana, Sanana, Sankana, and Vinana are impermanent and constantly changing. We may respond today at a particular situation with the feeling of pleasure, while perhaps tomorrow we may respond to the same situation with the feeling of displeasure. Similarly, our perception change over time. Buddha stresses on the utility of the 5 aggregates is to make people understand them in the terms of impersonal process, and through this understanding they can get rid of the idea of the self and can overcome hope and the fear. They can regard happiness and pain, praise and blame, and all the rest with the equanimity and the even mindedness, and thus will no longer be subject to the imbalance of the alternative between the hope and fear. The law of dependent organization, Patishucha Samupada, explain the reason of the dukkha as well as the key to its liberation. In its interpretation, there are the 12 component nidans, all are arranged in a wheel and one leading to the next. The 5 components of the dependent origination include the groups of the defilement in action, ignorance, avijja, craving, tanha, clinging, means upadana, mental formation, sankhara, and becoming bhava. Another cause of the rebirth and suffering, and consciousness, vinana, and the name of the form, nama, rupa, and the six senses as a saliyatuna, contact, fasha, feeling, vedana, birth, jati, and the old age and the death, jara, marana. Other effects of the defilement and action together, the defilements and the explain the origin of the suffering, the particular circumstance in which each of us find ourselves or in which the born. The Buddha emphasizes that he who see dependent origination see the dharma. He who see the dharma sees the Buddha. It is the one can see one understanding of the functioning of the dependent organization, he can see the set about breaking the vicious cycle of the dependent organization by removing the impurities of the mind, ignorance, craving, clinging. And one of these impurities are eliminated, action will not to be formed, and habit energy will not be produced. Our action cease, birth and suffering will also cease. Thank you.